Hey everyone, it's Chris Huntley, and in this video I want to share with you why if you're an entrepreneur, you've got to read this book, Giftology by John Rowland. So here it goes. A couple of years ago, my wife was hired by success coach and author Darren Hardy. Well, a couple days after my wife Brenda was hired, we received this giant package in the mail. And this thing left an impression on us. My wife is pulling out all these Darren Hardy shirts and little gifts and chocolates and stuff that she loves. And immediately she fell in love with this company. A couple months later, we're out to dinner for our anniversary. We went to an expensive steakhouse dinner, had a beautiful evening, and when we go to pay, the waitress says, "It's all taken care of, compliments of Darren Hardy." A couple months later, we're on vacation in Cabo, Mexico. Now, we don't live in Mexico, we live in San Diego. However, when we arrived, we find this beautiful bouquet of flowers in our suite with a handwritten note by Darren and his wife. Now, this sort of thoughtful gift giving has left quite the impression on my wife. In fact, she tells me all the time, I am never leaving this company. Around this time, maybe about a year ago, I discovered that Darren wrote a testimonial or posted a video testimonial for this book, endorsing it and saying that he's used a lot of its techniques and strategies. And then everything melded together, I realized I had to read this book and see what it had to offer. You see, in my case, I already knew that gift giving was important and that you should be generous. But what you learn in the book is it's a heck of a lot more than sending cards for Christmas and birthdays, and that gift cards just aren't going to cut it. What you learn instead is tons of case studies that give you so many great ideas, not only for like what Darren did to retain his key employees, but what I've used for prospects and key clients and key partnerships in my business. I'll just give you one story that I love to tell here. Besides retaining employees and getting more clients, I used it last year to get in contact with an influencer, an A-list blogger, someone that wouldn't normally return an email of mine or a call of mine. But I targeted him with some thoughtful, planned gifts. One of them was I found out through reading through his website that he loves In-N-Out Burger. So I sent him this gift package with, if you can believe it, they've got something like a $200 vintage In-N-Out watch and a bunch of other In-N-Out paraphernalia. And the total package was worth over $400. And I sent a really nice letter about everything that he had done for me and how I'd implemented some of his suggestions in my life. Well, sure enough, I'm able to get in contact with him now. We've got each other's cell phone numbers. And just about 6 months ago, when I released my first course to insurance agents, it was an online course, this particular guy had been there, done that before. I go to him, he gives me this script that I can use to pre-sell my course. I just made a few alterations to it. I was able to pre-sell my course and make $10,000 on this course for something that I hadn't even built. This never would have even entered my mind if it weren't for this guy's, for his insight and then for his help with me creating that thing. Then I went on to sell the course for many, many thousands more when the course was actually live. But it just goes to show you that you can use this gifting strategy in all facets of your business. So, John, I want to thank you so much for this book. I want to thank you for what it's done for me. And, and more on a personal level, I want to thank you that the heart of this book is not just about getting stuff back in return. It's not about ROI. The heart of this book is about giving. It's about building a better community. It's about putting a smile on someone's face and making the world a better place. And guess what? Everybody knows that if you'll do that, you're going to get it back to you tenfold. So if you're an entrepreneur, make sure you grab this book right away and just consume it, put it into practice, and your business will never be the same. Thanks a lot.